Cork have been with Kilkenny have been the two best teams in the championship so far. They've really built on last year's All-Ireland final, the heartache, I suppose, of that. And I know myself, after the experience of 2009, what it's like to try to go back up the hill in the following year, having been so close. So that'll be a big driving force, and a couple of extra players Cork have got as well, with Aidan Walsh around the middle of the field, has certainly brought Jimmy Barry's team on. So they're well set, and probably slight favourites going into the game, being Munster champions. Both teams on the tactic side will be interesting. It's who's going to blink first and go for the sweeper system. And both forward lines, we know, like you mentioned, the household names there from Cork, Tip obviously have the same kind of firepower. So everyone's expecting a shootout. I'm not so sure. I think Cork will probably end up playing a bit like they did against Clare to start, with the two midfielders holding very tight in front of the half-back line. They won't want Tip to get a foothold in the game, especially early on, because while Tip have had a couple of good wins and all, they still haven't won a really tight game, and Cork will be hoping that, no different to the end of the Limerick game, that they can catch Tip at the finish. So both teams, I think, will be working defensively over the coming weeks for the game, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see both midfielders sitting back or a sweeper being put in place by either team. Tip, I think, from a confidence point of view, was always the case when I was in the dressing room, that we had unbelievable talent, but there's a bit of confidence and belief was always that little bit that was short. So now the confidence is there. I think if Tip can get down the home straight this time, with the forwards that we have, and I suppose the experience of the last couple of games, that should be enough maybe to get us over the line. But certainly Tip are light years away from where they were against Clare in the league, who were missing a lot of players. You know, a lot of guys getting new starts in different positions. So Eamon O'Shea has really taken a lot of flack from early in the year, stayed with and showed loyalty to the players. So now the players have to front up from an All-Ireland semi-final day. If we were neutral looking at it, I'd just say it's Cork should be winning the game, right, because of the way they've shown so far this year, the experience they have in Croke Park of last year, that little bit of hurt, I suppose, that they'll have coming into the game. But then the flip side is that they've had 6 weeks sitting down watching it. Tip have had a lot of competitive games since, and Tip are a completely different animal. And as everybody knows, when the Tip guy puts a jersey on against Cork, you know, it's been a while, I think, since Cork have beaten us, and we've beaten them in Páirc Uí Chaoimh a few times since. So I mean, it's a unique occasion in Croke Park, but the heart would definitely have to say that Tipperary should have enough in the tank, based on Cork's layoff, and also I think the pressure that Cork are under coming into this game is an awful lot more than Tip.